What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at a bunch of celebrities who have actually been known to wear hair systems or are rumored to potentially have worn hair systems. And the reason that I wanted to do this is because, a lot of times as men, we're afraid to be wearing a hair system because we're afraid of what people think. We're thinking about the social implications of it, and often a lot of times we feel as if it's weird or it's strange or things like this, right? So I think it's really cool or important to look at celebrities and people that people idolize as just potential, as these people do it too, right? And it just kind of normalizes it, which, hey, if that helps you on your journey, great. So the first one we got right is Charlie Sheen. Now, a lot of people know him from 2.5 Men and from all of his movies that he's made, right? There's lots of rumors that say that he may or may not wear, systems most of his time for his acting jobs, but also for his personal life. There's a lot of different looks that he has had. Sometimes his hair looks super duper thin, and there's clearly denoted baldness, right? And a lot of surgeons have claimed that he is bald. And he seems to be always having perfect hair, though, and it's part of his identity, right? So, it's possible. I'm not saying that it's absolutely guaranteed, but this guy is an absolute sex icon, or was a sex icon, right, in the past. Maybe not so now, but interesting. So Ben Affleck is another person who's rumored to either wear hair systems or have had hair transplant surgery. I don't know if it's true or not. This is a guy that I'm not going to say he has for sure, but there is inconsistencies inside of his hairline, inside of his looks. Sometimes he has baldness going on in the back of his head. Sometimes it looks perfect. So there's a possibility there, but once again, we don't know. Elton John, he definitely is wearing a hair system, right? And he used to appear, going bald, very, very bald, and all of a sudden, boom, he has beautiful, luscious hair, wearing his Love sunglasses. They're so goofy, but he's a cool dude, and he definitely has alopecia, which is just male pattern baldness, and it's okay. But here's this guy who, once again, is a absolute icon. There's a movie made about him, and guess what? He's wearing a hair system. The next one, John Travolta. Now this one, it's rumored, and it's not for sure, but if you look at the pictures of it, he's never admitted to it, but there are some moments where he doesn't have a full head of hair, and there's moments where he does. He's never admitted to it, but his hair looks great in movies and when he's on the red carpet. So you tell me. Next, so this guy is very prominent in the hair system industry and as an actor, especially lately. Jason Alexander. This is a guy who at 17 started losing his hair, and he used it for his acting career to get more advanced roles, older roles, and he started incorporating hair pieces into his different filming characters, and really has opened up a whole wave of conversation. You could say this guy's a crusader about hair systems. He openly jokes about it, does stand-up comedy about it, and he says that wearing these actually helped him improve his confidence, which is pretty cool. And he's very, very open and deliberate about saying that he does wear hair systems, so that's cool. Kevin Costner is someone that is theorized as potentially wearing hair systems. We don't know for sure or not, once again, but we do know that at the very least he's had hair transplants, because his hair was much thinner and he had a lot of baldness going on for a while, and now his hair is much, much thicker. So we don't know for sure on that one. Now, we're going to talk about people who definitely are and have. So Burt Reynolds, this is a person who, it's kind of a funny story, and it's probably like a lot of people's worst nightmare that he had this happen to him, but he's Burt Reynolds and he can do whatever he wants. So Burt Reynolds, back in, I think it was the 1970s, went on a talk show and wound up getting intimate with a writer from the TV show, and she accidentally pulled off his wig when they were in the dressing room, and it like totally killed the mood. They were both like turned off, and it didn't go anywhere from there. This was a woman who was known for getting intimate with many celebrities and reported this out loud, that this is something that happened with Burt Reynolds and her, right? It's so funny, but he's a super good looking guy, and he's always looked, I feel like he's always looked pretty natural with his hair systems. Like I never knew it until I did this research right here, which was really fascinating to me. Someone else that wears hair systems is Frank Sinatra, right? All blue eyes, wore toupees for years, and he was seen on movie sets such as The Manchurian Candidate as wearing hair systems. And it says like later in life he got a little bit sloppy and a little bit careless with his hair systems, but this is another guy, right, just like Burt Reynolds, that was considered really a sex icon, was considered someone at like the peak of what it was like to be a man, right? And women would swoon over these men. And I think it's really interesting that a lot of men are afraid of what women, especially, and men, might think because of wearing a hair system. Yet, like, you look at Burt Reynolds, you look at Frank Sinatra, and guess what? They were wearing one. Another one, Chuck Norris himself, the man, the butt of all the jokes, but instead of being the butt of the jokes, I guess he's the front of the jokes, because all the jokes are kind of about Chuck Norris being so awesome, has been known to wear a wig. And that's really fascinating to me. Once again, right, we're talking about like this like manly man, super manly man wearing a hair system. Like, isn't that so cool? That's awesome to find out. James Bond himself, Sean Connery. Now, he was known for starring in lots of movies, right? But inside of James Bond movies, he obviously, not obviously, because I never knew this, but he is wearing hair systems to cover his thinning scalp. And we can see now that he's had a lot of recession through the temples and back through the head. And inside the movie, if you look at James Bond movies, you can see that there's recession, but they have like, it's a very eloquent style, and he looks great, right? Once again, another sex icon. John Wayne, that's right. An actor wore from a toupee from 1948 on, and he never denied it. And he would often make jokes about it and talk about, he's like, it's not phony, it's real hair, it's just not my real hair. And like, so cool, right? Like, another guy, like, this is the guy that my father idolized, like Mr. Cowboy himself, like Mr. Western. So I think it's just really interesting that like so many of these celebrities, right, ones that are considered like sex icons, like the pinnacle of what it is to be a man in their day, are all wearing hair systems. Like, that's so interesting to me, and that's also, I think, really inspiring and encouraging that there are people out there that I don't think people knew that for a long period of time for most of those celebrities, and honestly don't really care, I think it's all about your confidence and how you rock it. And don't get me wrong, like, you need to make it look real, obviously. If there's one person on that list that I think we could be like, okay, I don't know about that. I think Elton John, just because he's always had a flair for the dramatic, right? And he's always had a flair for the theatrical. So it kind of works for him. Once again, which is proof that depending on your charisma, your confidence, your style, and all this kind of stuff, you can really make something like that work, and it's okay. But at the end of the day, what can we learn from this, right? Is like, here's the people who are the face of society, right? Everybody knows who these people are. Just like anybody who's watching this video right now, you're probably like, yeah, I know that person, I know that person, I know that person, that person. These are all celebrities, right? And they have all been known to wear hair systems. Huh. That's cool. And yet here we are afraid of what people think. I think that's room for self-analysis, for self-development. And here's the kicker, right? It doesn't make it okay that they are wearing hair systems. Like, that doesn't make it, that doesn't give us the agency or the approval to go out and do the same. They're leaders. They are people who have gone down the path before and say it's possible, but we still need to own that ourselves, and we need to fully own it ourselves, because no one can give us permission. No one can tell us it's going to be okay. No one can say, oh, society's going to be perfect to you. Guess what? You might run into someone who is a bully if you tell them. You just might, but they're probably toxic, probably have toxic masculinity or toxic ideas of what a masculine person should be. And here's the thing, guys, like, to be a masculine man, to be like a man, that has nothing to do with choices like this. What being a man is about is doing what needs to be done. It's about making the hard choices. It's about taking action. It's about being wise. It's about being thoughtful. It's about being kind. It's about being a lover. About being someone who fights for their people and builds community and takes care of their own, and being a shepherd. And those have nothing to do with your physical appearance. So my theory is, if your physical appearance is important to you, which absolutely, right, your image for yourself, if that's important to you and it's not meeting what you wanted to show to the world, change it. Be you. Like, go boldly where people don't usually go, and own it and rock it with confidence. Just also get a good hair system cut, right? Like, don't get one that looks super funny, because, I mean, if you want to, but I think it's better to try to go as natural as possible, and it's totally possible. There are things to look for when getting a cut in and a hair system install. Actually, if you guys have interest in, I think, I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I think mine looks pretty natural, like supernatural, which I feel very, very blessed about. I think if you want to know the things that I looked for in picking, first a stylist, but then second what was really important to me in the look, I will gladly share it with you, because I think I was lucky. My mom growing up was a hairstylist, and my sister became one as well. So like, hair and fashion and beauty was always kind of a topic in our home, and I think I had more of an awareness of it than most men, maybe. I don't know. But if you would like me to talk about that and what I looked for and why I got the result I did, I'd be more than happy to share that with you. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video today. It's super fun and just cool to talk about it and spend some more time with you. Anyways, we're coming up on 100 subscribers. By the time I upload this video, it probably will have already crossed it, and I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who is watching these videos, and we're building this community, and it's super cool just to watch how it's just coming together, and I see an amazing, beautiful future. And I don't know exactly what it looks like, but I know it's going to be beautiful. So, guys, thank you so much. Stay blessed.